just made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. He dumps it off to Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mariota now on 2nd down. To Barkley on the check down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. They go play action here on 1st down. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll throw again. Mariota. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Saquon Barkley, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the carry, here's Clement. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. A shotgun snap for Watson. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now out comes Minnesota. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed. And
that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
To throw, Mariota. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. Only able to make it to the 15 after the nice move. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Mariota escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Ross on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Come back.
From the gun, here's Watson. That's complete to John Ross. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
It's got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quick. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Here's Mariota. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now here's Ross. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A first scoring update now from Carolina. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down throw for Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd down, Mariota. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They go play action. Mariota. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Caught left side by Funchess. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Clement. And some room to work. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Watson. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Here's Watson on the sneak, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Deshaun Watson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mariota now to throw on first down. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Rolling to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. This is Clement. About 3 yards there to the 27.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Third and 2, Watson. To the right side and complete to Njoku. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Leopard!
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Alex Magoo, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. The 2nd down throw here for Mariota. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down at the 28. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Watson now to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Black 22.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On play action, Mariota rolling to his right. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Come back.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll go to Barkley again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Mariota. Cooper's got him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play fake. Mariota. To Barkley on the check down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Mariota. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To the air again, Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Detroit. Cameron Meredith, 88 yards. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2, because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties, because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage, so now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Again, it's Barkley. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
And they'll run it here. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Mariota. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Mariota to throw it, and this one's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of... And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. What a play. It's a first down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Mariota now on 2nd down, flushed out right. And this will be incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Mariota. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy. Of the 30.
Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. Now this time he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Switch.
A run, it's Clement. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions just continue to pour it on. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. First down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here, because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Second down, Mariota. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Mariota on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. Past the 20. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense will hold on to this one right at the 5-yard line. Lucky there. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling, maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Watch left. Start right there. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And my goodness, another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Magoo. Sliding out of the pocket. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
The Lions on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now look at 56.
Throwing here, Magoo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Reset. Tiger. Right there. 54 right. Tiger.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey, 4 down.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll run again with Clement. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The Lions on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Able to put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a... And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.